Hi, and welcome to FrazlCast. Climb aboard the GNOME train.
Chugga, 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 chugga.
Please make sure to keep your limbs and experimental instruments inside the train at all times. And now, on with the show.
Hello, Internet. It is Frazley the Awesome Gnome. Each week, I am joined by awesome people from Azeroth and beyond. This is episode 81. Where is WoW going? On this episode, we discuss the Activision Blizzard Inc. third quarter earnings call. We looked at where WoW is going in its 15th year, and more. Let's use my customized ultra-safe transporter to head on over to meet up with this week's guests. Make sure to use your new toy to turn us all into corgis, even if it'll wear off before the show is over due to a hotfix that happened Friday night. So this is one of my favorite parts of my week, the feeling of ooh-woo, as I am joined by my friends Scruffy and Xortz. Hello!
Hello.
What in the blue, you know what I can't say because you have a clean tag, is an ooh-woo?
So I found this on a YouTube video, and I want to be hip and cool, so it's apparently the feeling of overjoyousness that anime characters experience.
Oh, it's a weeb thing.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why I don't know what it is.
I still like my interpretation better, like Doctor Who.
You know
Yeah,
what,
I like that.
Scruff? I'm not an anime fan, and I'm not really a Doctor Who fan either, but I'll go with yours, Scruffy.
Okay, cool.
I'm on team Doctor Who for that one.
It always makes me think of the meme where it's like, okay, first episode of watching Doctor Who. I'll see what this is about. And by the end, there's somebody under a blanket fort just screaming the ooey-oos and has British tea, and you're just all in.
Okay.
Well, and that theme reminds me of the Love Boat.
The love.
I think with that, we're going to go around the Love Boat. So, Epicinsanity, what time is it?
It's time to go around the table.
Great idea. So, what have we been up to?
I've been in 5 states in the last 2 weeks, and I'm a little tired. Starting to get a little bit of a cold. I thought I dodged the con crud bullet, and I think I was wrong. It was so wrong.
I blame Carmichael.
Oh, I thought you said carbuncle. I'm like, what the butts is a carbuncle? Like, I didn't meet that person. Was I supposed to?
But you did meet Carmichael, so therefore it's his fault.
I did. Yeah, speaking of people that I met, man, you don't really have very nice friends because all of them were like, hey, we need to tease Xortz with pictures of Scruffy because we got it. He didn't.
Oh, I know. They're all jerks. Every single one of them.
I was very flattered. Made me feel like I was popular.
They're sitting there like, okay, we're going to get our selfie with Scruffy and we're going to tweet it. And so it's like, ha ha, you're not here. It's like, yeah, like I feel great about that already. Thanks for twisting that knife even deeper, you bastages.
It's true, but you know I like you more.
Oh.
So, no. Actually, I did meet some really cool people, so thank you for inadvertently introducing us. That was a lot of fun. So, thanks for that. Yeah, so I was at BlizzCon a couple weeks ago, which I had like a huge, long rant about it on, well, I don't know if I would call it a rant. I had a wonderful, like, strain of thought going for an hour or so on Loot Optional. What the hell are you eating and why are you not sharing?
It's a chocolate peanut butter protein bar.
Ooh, I have some Cliff Bar downstairs. I should go get it.
It's actually Cliff Bar.
Nice!
You are so loud, I think Buck can hear it because, you know, he's got those big ass ears. So, sorry.
I mean,
So,
food
yeah.
is the way to anybody's heart.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. It is the fastest way. So, yeah, BlizzCon
Better
in
knife.
Anaheim a couple weeks ago, WoWCon in Vegas last weekend, and I am very stuffed up and tired, and I'm here, and I'm so obsessed with Diablo, and I don't care what anybody says right now.
I'm with you. I am excited for Diablo as well. So I want to play it on my phone because I don't play stuff when I'm on the go. So it'll be a game I can play.
Again, it was a little fun playing Diablo Immortal. I ended up picking up a Switch at BlizzCon,
Nice.
so I've been playing Diablo 3. That was actually what I was doing before I came here. So yay, I'm on Act 3 now. And I can't believe how obsessed I am with it on Switch, considering I have it on computer and I've played it, and I was kind of meh on the computer, but I don't know if it's just a high from BlizzCon or what. I've been really enjoying playing Diablo on the Switch, and yeah, it's fun. Playing it like every night before bed and falling asleep to Diablo. That's a little creepy, but you know, whatever. I'll take it.
Have you ever played it on console before?
Not on a console.
Okay.
I think the last time that I was out and I was going to do that, we decided to go with Mario Kart instead because we were with a big group of people.
Because Diablo has a good feel on console. I've played it on PS3 and PS4. and I probably need to get at some point for an Xbox One, because there's an interesting feel to the way some people don't like it, but it is kind of fun just going around. So I could see that would be the appeal with the Switch.
Yeah, it seemed like the controls were a little bit easier for me, and that's a big thing. And I think it's just because I'm so used to playing Warcraft. Anything that does not move around like Warcraft is just absolutely foreign to me and really hard for me to wrap my brain around. Actually, everything's hard for me to wrap my brain around. But anyways, it's like, it's so different that I just never got the hang of it, I guess, on the computer. But it's easier to do that. And my husband was watching me the other night. I said, I think I died more on the computer, and I'm not quite sure why I haven't really died here on the Switch. And then I thought it was pretty cool that since I finally have a couple friends, yay me, on Switch, when I was running around in places, you get these little things that drop, you get treasures that drop, and they say, hey, gift for so-and-so, send it to them. Now I just hope that somebody will find presents for me and send it my way, because I want presents. I want surprises. Be nice. Send me legendary items.
Absolutely. That'd be legendary.
Yes. That's where I'm at. I love me some Diablo. Book is naughty and all sorts of fun things. Sorts, how are you?
I'm tired. I'm tired, man. I haven't been working any overtime or anything, but I got a lot on the plate at work between my regular job and learning 2 other positions. So got a schedule change coming up on January. As game-wise, let's see. Still doing WoW Iron Man challenges. Still dying. With the level scaling coming in at the end of last expansion, and now the stat squish that happened at the beginning of this expansion, it's rough, man.
I bet. Yeah.
It is rough. We have had some people get from the 110 to the 120.
Oh, wow.
So it can be done. If you're starting from level 1, like, I'm back at a glass ceiling where, like, level 30 seems to be as far as I'm getting right now, so that's frustrating as all get out. Because it's like, I'll be cruising along doing great, and then something that I've been able to do up until recently has been fine, and then, bam, dead. It's like, again? So.
No.
And did you hear that they are modifying the level scaling again in 8.1?
Yes. So that's actually going to be, from what everybody's saying, it might actually be beneficial for us. We'll see how it plays out, because, things don't always go the way you think. BFA-wise, I got my Warlock to Zandalar, established my embassy, and have had absolutely no desire to keep going.
Oh.
I had no hype coming into this expansion. I'm feeling very meh about just general WoW lately. Looking at everybody on my social medias and people I know that play, and it's like, okay, doing the storyline. Oh, hey, if you want to be able to get to this part, you need like 14 billion Azerite. And it's like, oh, great. Here we go again. Another stupid freaking currency we got to grind and grind and grind for. That's fun. Not feeling it right now.
Hopefully that'll change. But yeah, I'm with you. There's a lot of gating right now.
Yeah, it's like, I just want the story, man. I don't want to have to sit here and do all this stupid crap to get it. Just let me quest through, get the core story, and anything extra I can live without. But I don't want to sit here and have to go through this crap like we did with the artifact power all over again. And it looks like that's what we're going to have to do. Aside from that, started playing Fable Anniversary on stream.
Nice. I need to play that game. That looks amazing.
I never beat Fable 1 on Xbox, but I picked up Fable Anniversary on Steam because I saw somebody playing Fable 3, and I was like, I haven't played these games at all. I never finished this one, so let me do that. It'll be a brand new experience for everybody. Yay! Started playing last Friday and played for like 6 freaking hours and got absolutely nothing done because I squirrel hard in those games. Continuing that tomorrow. Thinking about getting a new Xbox because my 360 bit the dust, and a capture card so I can do 2 and 3 on stream because 2 never got a PC release and you cannot find 3 anywhere. It used to be on Steam and they took it off. It's not on the Microsoft store. I've seen like physical copies of the CD-ROMs on eBay, but I don't know if they're going to work anymore. And I don't even think my computer has a drive.
Fable 3 is now backwards compatible on the Xbox One.
Yeah.
I think you just need the discs.
Yeah, I got the discs.
Okay.
I'm sure it's available for digital download on Xbox Live, too.
It's interesting you bring up the Xbox, because this past week I was entranced by a dragon.
Yes.
I hate you so much right now. I say very sweetly.
I was very hesitant to buy the Xbox One, but I go into the GameStop, and I know I just said a word that was making a ton of nerds rage. But I went in there, I was like, hey, I'm looking at these different Xboxes. I don't need the high-end 4K. That's not me. I just need something that's good. So they got me a good deal on an S. And I have to say, I like the Xbox. I was on a PS4, but I didn't like how the systems felt different. I mean, there's some games I won't be able to play on the Xbox that you can play on the PS4, like a lot of the Naughty Dog games and Spider-Man. But I love how the system integrates, and I can even stream in my house on the same network, have the Xbox on the TV, be at my computer, and I can stream and be playing. It is pretty flawless. There's a little bit of like artifacting, and every once in a while input will go here and there. That's to be expected with any networking, but it feels great. I'm loving it. And the games, the cameras in Spyro are finally fixed. That was the thing that, like, I had a YouTube video that was talking about Spyro, and they said, yeah, on the old PS Spyros, the camera, you could never maneuver the way you wanted it. And I'm like, that's why I never beat Spyro. I always wanted to play Spyro more, because for collectathons, they're amazing. And the graphics look amazing too. I am 100% pleased with this. I know it'll come out on PC at some point, and I'll buy it on PC again. But I also got the Xbox One for Red Dead Redemption 2 when I went into that as well.
Very nice.
So that was my big purchase. So now, I have a PC and an Xbox. So I'm still playing WoW. WoW's still my main game, but I got to play some other stuff. It's kind of fun. Like the Lego City Undercover games have been fun. Outside of gaming, I got to meet Tom and Amanda from the Blue Recluse.
Hooray!
They were coming through Ohio, and we met up. I actually was the first time I was there in the city that they were in. It was like 20 minutes away, but the city I've never been to. We went to a Kroger Starbucks, and they have never been to a Kroger Starbucks. I got to know Kroger, and we realized how many Starbucks there are in Columbus. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. And he got me a legendary, or at least an exclusive Pokemon in Pokemon Go. And then, wow, I got the Horseman's Reigns. I said Headless Horseman. I guess I was just hoping the Horseman. But I went into Karazhan. I was just listening to all things Azeroth one day, just kind of like going into Karazhan. And all of a sudden I go to the Huntsman, drop it. This achievement pops. I'm like, did I just read that right? Fiery Warhorse Reigns?
The original Midnight.
Yes. It doesn't fly, but it is so cool. So
it is very similar to the Headless Horseman's mount.
Okay. And I finally got Pathfinder Part 1.
Woohoo!
The Tortollan were so slow to get me rep.
Oh my god.
Baby turtle, apply directly to the water.
No, don't keep forcing that stupid freaking meme. I don't know what's worse, that or Pepe.
Oh man.
So I guess the meme doesn't make you feel uwu.
No.
Or
there's zero uwu.
Just
we are negative uwu.
Negative uwu.
That sounds like a karma system. That.
Wow.
So I think with that, it's time to go to our main topics. So tomorrow will be 15 years of World of Warcraft.
We're getting old, friends. We're getting very old.
Yes.
I remember back in my day, we didn't have a World of Warcraft. We just had the Warcraft.
Back in my day, we had Anarchy Online and Star Wars Galaxies before the new game experience.
You damn kids today, you don't know the horror that was freaking EverQuest.
Or finding Mankirk's wife.
Yes.
But they'll be able to do that soon.
I know, dude. They made fun of that at BlizzCon too. That was one of... I even took a picture of it because I just loved the fact they were making fun of themselves. It's like, relive it, Mankirk's wife.
Look, all I'm saying is, when I get to the Barons, if there ain't Chuck Norris jokes happening in Barons chat, I'm going to be very disappointed.
I saw a Trump joke, so I know Bush was in Classic, and now we have Trump. So trade chat is the same that it was back then.
No. Frazley. Barons general chat.
Oh,
nothing but
trade chat had nothing on Baron's chat at all.
Were there Bush jokes in there?
No.
Oh,
it was just Chuck Norris and Mankirk's wife. That's all you got.
Yep, that was it.
Okay, so even Classic isn't the same now. Okay, so we have no clue what the festivities are for tomorrow. So we'll probably wake up and see that the EU has the festivities, and we'll get those goggles again. The goggles that are time locked.
It's adventure through Westfire Barrens, vanquish the Defias, and find Mankirk's wife. That was the posting about WoW Classic.
Nice.
At BlizzCon. Yes, fine man, Kirk's wife.
It would be interesting if classic was a big part of tomorrow. What if they did something in the game to make the game feel classic for the 2 weeks?
You know, I noticed one of my add-ons still had the dragons from last year popping up on the maps. So the Emerald Dream dragons at the gates, they were still popping up. Azure Ghost was still popping up out in Ashara. I don't know if they fixed that because, again, I've been out of town for a little bit. But I noticed that. I was like, why is this showing on my map? Because it hasn't been there for a year. So doubtful that they would be bringing it back. But it's a little odd that the tooltip was pulling that. So
I wouldn't mind those being a yearly spawn.
Yeah.
Because it would be fun to have those.
I don't know. I just hope they don't cheap out like they did with the freaking BlizzCon stuff.
Yeah.
No Murloc pet.
oh, yeah.
But we are getting a meat wagon in Warcraft 3.
The meat wagon!
I forgot to mention that I pre-purchased Warcraft 3 last night.
Somehow I had a whole bunch on my Blizzard account. So I was like, wait a minute, I have enough to get the spoils of war. Click.
Yep. Goblin on a meat wagon.
Yes. We're going to go cruising.
And you know what I'm going to do with my meat wagon? This sounds horrible as a gnome to say. But there are the companion pets, Santa's little helper. I want to see if I can put gnomes with the meat wagon.
You know, we need to do this for science.
Yes.
For science.
Look, I'm just looking forward to like being able to jump on Warcraft 3 and whoop Turnwinkle's butt.
Yes. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty.
When I've never played Warcraft 3 other than the LAN, like doing a little bit of that at a neighbor's house. So I want to go back and do Warcraft 3. So that excites me. And it looks so pretty.
Yeah. I am not ashamed to admit that I actually never finished Warcraft 3 because I was very late to the game. I mean, I was playing World of Warcraft and playing on a Mac and couldn't actually play it. And then I found the battle chest and then my computer updated and there was no longer any cyber PC power and it was no longer working on the computer. So I never actually finished Warcraft 3, but now I will be able to. And I was actually really kind of shocked at BlizzCon when I played the demo. The Colig of Stratholme was the one mission that I had absolute crap time with. I failed that mission so many times when I was trying to play it. Had no problem doing it there. Like got through it on the first go. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I kept running into a roadblock in Northrend when Arthas finds what's his name, Bronzebeard up there, and they're defending like the camp, but they got to go find what turns out to be Frostmourne.
Yeah,
it's like, okay, you got to control those guys, but if your camp dies, you fail. And I'm like,
I got to be in two places at once.
Yeah, I'm multitasking, man. Not really.
Yeah, I mean, and I know there was all these shortcuts that you could do where you could easily swap back and forth between two groups and set them as different things. And I couldn't remember jack while I was there at BlizzCon. It's like I don't remember how to do this. I just remember like click and draw a box and then point them where to go.
I just want to do the multiplayer, man. I just want to fight people on the internet, Turnwinkle, and kick their butt, Turnwinkle. Nice. And show them why the Scourge is best, Turnwinkle.
Boy, I think Turnwinkle's got something coming from Turnwinkle. What put to wit?
Words.
They're hard. I'm tired.
You want to, Frazley?
What?
Goblin superiority over gnomes, man. That's what I'm shooting for.
Sweetie, you're on the same level as them.
Yeah.
You're really not that much taller at all.
We're getting mega dungeons in 8.2.
We're getting a mega dungeon and Mechagon.
Yeah.
That's just a fun word to say. Mechagon.
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 Now we need a band like Metallica. Mechagon. Don't. Okay.
All I can hear is like I am Iron Man and it's, yeah.
I am Mechagon.
Yes. I've been changing lyrics to songs all day and it hasn't been pretty. I'm not going to continue that trend now.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. Scruffy's a little tired.
Speaking of trends, Alessander brought up a couple interesting points. So they have some articles that they shared. So Activision Blizzard Inc. had their Q3 2018 earnings call. On average, 345 million people played Activision Blizzard Inc. games per month. 52 minutes per day spent playing Activision Blizzard and King games. I thought it was interesting that King is specifically brought up in this.
Candy Crush.
Yes. Well, Candy Crush, and it shows where Activision is going. And they said like that mobile remains their largest and fastest growing platform for gaming in the world. And they said King is a clear leader in mobile. They're investing in Activision and Blizzard franchises for mobile releases as well. We are looking at it from the perspective that as gamers, we are on PC and Macs, and we see mobile as taken away. Looking at this call, I can understand why Activision is making a huge push for mobile. There's a untapped market right now. Right now, they're only being fulfilled by Candy Crush Friends Saga. Sometimes that can be a little too sweet.
Some thoughts on this. And this is going to tie into the Diablo mobile game that was announced. One big thing that Activision Blizzard have been trying to do is expand their presence in China. Mobile gaming is huge over there. Bigger than PC gaming, bigger than console gaming. For them, it makes sense from a business standpoint to start looking at moving some of these franchises into a mobile game platform, be it an offshoot of the game or like Diablo, something you can easily, I assume easily, I'm not a computer guy, sorry, I could be wrong, but something that you could adapt to a mobile game without it being a huge expense and a huge undertaking. Plus, mobile games, as we've seen with freaking games like Candy Crush and all that crap, are microtransaction heaven. Because you play a bit and it's like, oh, you're all out of points. Buy more points here. Right now, it's the new money machine. From a business standpoint, it's a smart strategy. As someone who's not really big on mobile gaming, could care less. So long as they don't start neglecting the PC side of stuff, I'm cool.
Yeah, I think that's something that a lot of people are forgetting, that this isn't them abandoning PC. This is just bringing something else to the table. You know, I sat down and played it, and it looks good. It actually, honestly, when you look at it and then you look at playing it like on the Switch or something, it's so very similar. It looks good. The controls are a little bit different. I mean, like your joystick is on the screen since all of our phones are touch screens now. Once you got used to that, you're like, oh, okay, well, this works kind of, it could work. It's going to kill your battery, but it works.
Yeah.
Everybody being up in arms about the Diablo stuff. They did mention, you know, hey, we've got more stuff coming, but we're not going to be able to announce it at BlizzCon. And people just can't wait. And they forget that that's coming. So there's still something coming down the pipeline, guys. It's got to be there.
You're kind of getting on that. It's like they said, hey, we got a Diablo-related project we're going to announce at BlizzCon. And the hardcore Diablo fan base was like, oh, yay, new Diablo or new expansion.
4. It's not 4. No, 4.
When they didn't get what they want, they just freaking reverted to a bunch of whiny little 3-year-olds and embarrassed all of us as gamers. So thanks, guys.
Okay, you know me. I'm always kind of ranting about, like, you know, guys, be nice to each other. And there's no reason to shoot other people down that like something. Like
mobile games?
Somebody went off on Kaz because she had a picture of her cosplay playing Diablo Immortal at BlizzCon. This dude just went off on her about, like, you shouldn't be promoting that stuff because it's so horrible and it gives this and you're horrible for the gamers and stuff. It's like, you know,
oh, God.
Just because you like it does not mean that Kaz doesn't have to like it. I mean, everybody can like what they like.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't like the announcement when it came down, but sitting down and playing it, it's like, this could work. It could work for some folks.
It's sad to say it's a commentary on the mentality of people today that...
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Whatever.
Be good to each other. Be good to yourself.
Like the whole thing, people that are probably pitching a fit about this expansion into the mobile gaming sphere. If they just stick with what they're doing, the company's going to stagnate. It's not going to grow. It's not going to generate new income. It's not going to be able to fund new projects, and it's going to go out of business. You have to expand your business, and that's not just video games. That's anything. Scruff, I'm sure you see it in radio all the time. Like when applications like Pandora and Spotify came into play and actually became players in the music industry, you guys had to probably make some adaptations to how you do business to stay for terrestrial radio to stay relevant.
We'll take it one step further with the audience too, because with radio, you kind of always have to evolve because your demographic is getting older. So how are you going to get the younger demographic to come in and like your product? And that's what we're going to see in the gaming industry, is that we've got a whole new group of people that weren't strictly PC gamers, that weren't strictly console gamers, that have been exploring new avenues on their phones. And while it might not be our, oh my gosh, this isn't how it usually plays, you've got to bring in more people if you want to keep going. So this is a wonderful way to introduce people to these titles that we really like so much when people are not being a dickhead about it.
Exactly. I'm going to break this down kindergarten style. Frazley, do you like cauliflower?
Yes.
Scruffy, do you like cauliflower?
Sometimes.
Well, I hate cauliflower. You're both wrong for liking it when I hate it. You need to hate it too, okay? Because that's what I want.
Why don't you go sit in the corner and think about what you've done? Maybe you should try cauliflower with cheese, because that could be good.
Why would I want to ruin perfectly good cheese?
And cauliflower pizza.
Maybe you haven't found the right recipe for cauliflower.
Wait. What did you say, Frazley?
Cauliflower pizza? It doesn't have to be pineapple pizza.
Or what about cauliflower buffalo bites?
No.
I can't actually eat that, but
Yeah. You see how ridiculous that sounded, right?
Yes, it is. It's so stupid.
But oh my, this is why I don't like dealing with people anymore. This is why I have a job where I don't have to deal with the public. This is probably why I don't mind working nights either.
The less interaction I have to have, right?
I just drive around a giant freezer all night, throwing pizzas and ice creams on a pallet. That's it. There's my life. And I'm happy.
I just have this picture in my head of a goblin on a Zamboni slinging pizzas.
Here's the pizza. Here's the
I
pizza.
need fan art. Somebody please make it
You get a
happen.
pizza! You get a pizza!
Hey, how you doing here? Have a pizza. You put pineapple at that, I'll break your ankles.
What? You will not break my ankles, you little butt.
So, mobile games. Don't particularly care for them, but you know what? Hey, if you enjoy them, you do you.
Very true.
And that goes for everybody. You don't have to crap on somebody else's parade.
Like I said, there's plenty of games and plenty of things that I don't like, but I'm glad someone makes it. There are consoles that I don't like, but it doesn't mean that they're bad consoles. And I think that there are games I don't like playing. That doesn't make them bad games.
See, I still look at the Diablo Immortal going, okay, well, if these people, if the new folks coming to this franchise start with Diablo Immortal, then maybe they will get kind of like I was with Warcraft, like, all right, I'm really into this. What were the ones before this? And then slowly move over to the PC and slowly exploring all the other brands. And then we've got a whole bunch of new nerds for the family to replace the curmudgeon-y ones. That would be great.
Well, and Blizzard's still hiring people. I just saw Brian Bedford just got hired for an unannounced project. They are a new 3D character artist. So Blizzard is constantly bringing people on for a project that we don't even know about yet.
I would assume we're probably going to see at some point in the next year or so, an actual Diablo expansion.
Yeah.
An actual StarCraft expansion. Obviously another WoW expansion. We're going to see new heroes for Heroes of the Storm. We're going to see new expansions for Hearthstone. We're going to see new heroes and maps for Overwatch. And there's probably another original IP that's being kicked around somewhere. Plus, they're doing WoW Classic. They're re-releasing Warcraft 3. I can only hope they remaster Warcraft 2, which is my favorite Blizzard game of all time.
I thought for sure they were remastering Diablo 2. I thought that's what we were going to get at BlizzCon, but I mean, I'm sure it's coming, but I thought that's what the announcement would be.
Instant gratification isn't always the best thing here, guys. Just saying. Have some patience.
And they're saying that with the push, they say they will continue to invest in the reach of the different franchises that we have to acquire more players globally across all platforms, including PC, console, and mobile. So as you said earlier, mobile is a push to get more people to know what Diablo is.
They're just expanding. They're not cutting out
Right.
the PC business. They're not cutting out console. Even though, Blizz doesn't even really... What do they got on console right now? Diablo 3 and Overwatch. Just the Blizz side of the house. Activision, they've got console stuff up the wazoo. But, we don't go to Activision Con. We go to BlizzCon. That's what we care about. You're still going to see PC content. You're still going to see console content. They're just adding more mobile into the portfolio and adapting some things that they can from the other two platforms to that. Not a big deal. Just roll with it. If you don't like it, don't play it. Pretty simple.
Right. That easy. Don't buy it. Don't play it. Don't rain on my parade.
And don't eat cauliflower. It's bad.
Hey, Blizzard said that in their quarterly 3 before we leave the earnings call report, Activision Blizzard hit their goals thanks to WoW and Candy Crush.
Imagine that.
Yes. An MMO and a mobile game. With the WoW hitting its 15th year, where do we go from here?
I don't know. 15 years, that's a long lifespan for a game. I don't think it's ever been done before.
It's impressive.
Yeah, every time the subscriber count drops a little, people create, WoW's dying. Obviously it's not. 15 years is still pretty healthy.
It really is.
Is it at its peak? No, it's obviously still making the money. They're still in the green because of it. So they're doing something right. Yeah, the game changes and things kind of, something that maybe will attract new players, turns off the older players and vice versa. Welcome to the world.
I would have to dig into the lore way more because I'm really not quite sure where we could go next. Like what would be the next big bad after Old Gods, or if we'd be going back to I don't know, maybe finding the Scourge rising up again, and maybe Bolvar can't keep them in check. So maybe we rehash that. But every time I think that we don't really have anything else to do, they surprise me. So
yeah, speaking of lore, I going back to the BFA launch because I didn't get a chance to discuss this with Fraz, and I'm sure he already knows my mindset on this. Though the pre-launch stuff leading up, like the stuff like that, like the cinematics and whatnot, the freaking hate people had for how they portrayed Sylvanas just mind boggles me, because her whole time in World of Warcraft, she's never been a nice character.
No.
She's not supposed to be a likable character from a reality-based standpoint. I know it's a fantasy game. But, hey, she is a badass, and the freaking Forsaken are awesome because, we all like, we're all down with being the rebels and the outsiders sometimes. But I love how people are all like, oh, Sylvanas would never do that. That's not in her character. Why would she burn down an entire tree? It's like, okay, what is one of the Forsaken's biggest mottos? Not death to the Alliance, not death to the Scourge, death to the living. They want to kill everybody, including the Horde, I bet. Why? Because they're pissed off.
Alex on the WoW team just revealed this week that Sylvanas was part of the Wrathgate.
Oh.
Yeah, that she ordered it. And I mean, I think you kind of knew that anyways, or she knew that it was at least going on and that it was happening and wanted to keep it going because that was a big part of Cataclysm with the Gilneas. Because you eavesdrop that you're not supposed to be making this anymore. Oh, it's all been destroyed. Are we supposed to stop that? Like, no, keep going.
But meanwhile, you take a walk around the outside of Undersit, Lordaeron, and
right.
What do you see? Plague things everywhere. Gee, there's people who are like, I really hope there's a redemption arc at the end of this for Sylvanas. And I'm like, no, I hope there's not. I want her to go down. If she's going to go down in flames, I want her to go down in flames as the badass she is. They do a redemption arc, I'm freaking done.
They have said that she won't be Garrosh 2.0, but they haven't said that she won't die, and I'm hoping she dies.
Garrosh was just bat-you-know-what crazy at the end. He lost all sense of reality, thanks to a lot of old god whispering and stuff like that. So what Sylvanas is doing, I think, is way more calculated, and she knows exactly what she's doing.
Well, it's interesting that you bring up the old gods, because there's been speculation that she's undergoing some of the old gods.
Maybe. I mean, but I think she's not easily as influenced as Garrosh was. Because let's face it, Garrosh had issues before he became war chief. He had a lot of abandonment and daddy issues. And then after he reconciled with that, he was trying to live up to his dad's reputation and trying to prove he's the baddest bully on the block by trying to pick fights with the Alliance and Northrend. And then when he became war chief, he started off fine at the beginning of Cataclysm. He was still trying to hold to some kind of code of honor, and then by Mr. Pandera, that completely went out the window. Sylvanas, I think, she knows what she's doing. She knows what her end game is, and it's not going to be good for anybody. And if that means she's got to get some old god involvement going, she will do it in a heartbeat. And she will do it of her own free will.
Well, Zephyriah brings up the point that she will have Zaltath, the Shadow Priest weapon.
Yep.
I've been whispering to Shadow Priest all Legion.
Don't do a redemption arc with her. If they do a redemption arc, I'm going to be so freaking angry. Nobody wants a proper villain anymore. Everybody's got to have the good side to them. Screw that.
Yeah, where's the Hans Gruber that we know?
Exactly. There was nothing likable about Hans Gruber, yet he was very likable because he was unlikable.
Yeah, exactly. He was perfect in the Christmas movie that was Die Hard.
Frazley, thank you. Die Hard. It's a Christmas movie. Deal with it, folks.
Good. I didn't know because I know ketchup on steak and pineapple pizza. Oh, I'm losing all my good graces. But I mean, it's stuff like that shows WoW has a future. I think it was an interview with Krista Golden earlier that said they're on a 3 expansion story arc, and we're on the first of 3 expansions, if I was reading it right.
Okay, so we know we're getting we know we still got some stuff coming down the pipe. But everybody, again, wants to jump to conclusions and get their instant gratification. So Whatever.
I'm going to be mid-40s still playing.
Going into the future of WoW and going on with the mobile thing, Segment Next has an article about how Blizzard is working on a Warcraft in Heroes of the Storm. And then it's interesting. There's an article that says no plans for Warcraft 4. Mm-hmm. So mobile could be something WoW related, or mobile could be Warcraft redone on mobile.
I mean, it could work.
Very true. I think there's a ton of people that are still wanting to get the pet battles on their phone. So
me too.
That's still an avenue that they could take. There's so many different supplements that they could do for it before they bring it to the mobile or have it go both ways. I don't know. I am not a game designer. I am just a game player. So, yeah. But there's still different avenues that they could use for that. I mean, with our companion app right now, yeah, we can send out little bits and stuff and kind of stay on top of our Azurite stuff, I guess, and rep. But yeah, the pet battles are a big thing. There could be stuff that's in the game right now that, because Warfronts were brand new to this expansion, there could be something down the line that could transfer over to mobile as well. We don't know. Who's to say?
I mean, I see Warfronts as being something that can be done. Like, you could have mobile people helping you, like airstrikes. I see if we get ship battles being a perfect thing for mobile. Kind of go out there and still have something in game, so that way if you don't have a phone or you don't want to play mobile, you still can play it. But yeah, I think WoW to me needs something that when I'm away from my computer, I can still do.
Yeah.
We have that kind of with the order resources, but when I run out of war resources, I can't do anything.
I mean, it's not so much that there needs to be, but there's been times when I've been out going, man, I really wish I could play Warcraft, but all I've got is my phone. And once I send people on missions, that really doesn't do anything. It doesn't scratch the itch, I guess. The Warcraft itch. I gotta play. I don't know how they would take that over there.
I could see like even mini games. I mean, I know Final Fantasy 14 was looking into doing that with Triple Triad, but then we have Hearthstone as its own game.
Nothing but Dark Moon Fair all the time.
Ooh, I like that.
Dark Moon Fair mini games.
Might be onto something there, Scruff.
Maybe. Let me patent that. Blizzard, come pay me. No.
Yes. Get that Activision money.
That would be fun. I mean, could you do like a little milk jug game where you throw the baseballs at the milk jugs and stuff? It could be like little carnival games, but it's all Dark Moon Fair theme.
Ooh, I like that. And
then maybe there could be like a crossover where you could earn a couple extra like tickets.
Yo, Ian has a coach. Call this lady.
Yay! Look at that. Scruffy's getting creative again. Woohoo! This is totally because I totally ordered Dark Moon Fair looking dice today for my husband.
Nice.
I found something that looked very much like it. He has a Dark Moon Fair mog in the game, which is very cool. I think it's his priest. His priest looks like a Dark Moon Fair carny. It's awesome.
I like that. And
you're welcome, honey. That is if I don't keep them first. Because dice, once you buy one set, you can't stop buying them ever.
Absolutely. I'll always need more dice because then you get luckier, because then you can just like roll them all and you get a higher number. Is that how it works?
Not quite.
No, not exactly. But they're like Pringles. Once you pop, you just can't stop.
Pringles.
Zeph needs more dice. There's never enough dice. Never.
Oh! We just got a listener letter. So Alessandra sent in a letter saying, it's been 10 years since Wrath. You podcasts still exist to let us go back and relive it secondhand. So what quest did you like?
Oh man, that wasn't the Wrathgate. Wrathgate pretty much stole the show of Wrath of the Lich King, I think. So that was always my favorite. And the battle for the Undercity was huge. And then when that was kind of removed, it was just... So that, and I think any quest that had to deal with seeing Arthas's ascension to, or I don't know, slippery slope into the Lich King, because you got to relive so much of that. So the stuff on the shore where he had burned the boats and was keeping his men there on the shore, you had to go deal with all the ghosts and relive all of that. Or you mentioned it earlier about meeting up with Bronzebeard and finding Frostmourne. And that was a quest line in there that you went and relived, them finding Frostmourne and everything that happened and Bronzebeard being knocked out and then coming to later with the sword being gone and Arthas is out of there. Lots of cool stuff.
I actually missed like 99% of Wrath, so I don't have a whole lot of memories.
No.
I missed all the really cool moments that were only there for a short time. I've quested through it. You know, it was fun. Can't stand the freaking Argent tournament, though.
Oh.
Not a big daily person.
God, I still got to finish some of that stuff out there. Boo.
Yeah, even after all these years, people are still like, man, I got to finish my Argent rep.
Yeah, me too. I need to get my Gnomeregan stuff.
It's not so much that I need the rep, it's that I need to go out there and farm those stupid seals so that way you can buy everything. That's the problem. I don't want to go out there and do that. No, Wrath was great. Wrath, I got my best friend to come over to our server and play with my group of friends. So it started kind of like this lifelong Warcraft nerdy bits. Reign of the Mage over on Twitter. You see us burning down the city every now and then. But I got her to come over to Cenarian Circle and we played together, and she was actually in Ice Crown and I was finishing up Ice Crown on my shaman. This was back when you had 5-man quests where you needed a group of people to go take down some of this stuff, and her and I obliterated half of that stuff because I was a shaman with heroism and it was enhancement and I could just tank everything. It was wonderful.
Nice.
You can't do that now, but it was amazing then.
Yeah.
I felt so badass. Never had that feeling again.
I did like the Howling Fjord quests.
Yeah.
Just going through, especially on Horror's side, and like you get to see all the I can't remember the Viking people settlements and stuff, and like just the aesthetic of that zone. And yeah, you get the feeling that, you know, at any minute, you know, there's gonna be dragon boats pulling up on shore and berserkers swarming over you.
You're gonna be called to Valhalla.
Exactly. You know, it's just like very, very cool.
It was so very reminiscent of that in Stormheim, this last expansion.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was good. It was like a nice little throwback to it.
That's just one of the few things from Legion I really enjoyed with Stormheim.
Yeah, very much the Norse stuff.
I don't know. I'm just becoming way too cynical about games.
Just getting old, hon. It's okay.
Old? What the hell are you talking about? Freaking whippersnappers these days.
Get off my console lawn.
Yeah, I actually gotta get off the couch to turn the console on. How about that?
I'm gonna shake my controller at you.
Back in my day, we didn't have consoles. We had a rock and a stick.
What about a stick and a hula hoop? But it wasn't a hula hoop. It was just like a wheel, and you just kicked it around. Remember that? Yeah, I do.
I remember that at Co-Site. And I'd say the only zone that I truly sticks out to me, I played this after Wrath, I was not here during Wrath, was Grizzly Hills. That zone music, and my favorite quest has to be the poop quest. I mean, I love that one.
Did you wash your hands after that quest, Fraz?
Yes, I did. I had to smell my hand for anybody that's listening to audio. That's how you know your hand's clean. But I love that quest. And then Alessandro wants to know, what funny little thing happened that sticks after so long?
That was probably the grabbing my friend and going to the 5-man quest. And what stuck out to me was that she was, this is supposed to be a 5-man. We can't do this. I'm like, oh, I just soloed it about 10 minutes ago. We got this. Wolves, heroism, smash. I believe this was the first expansion that we got the achievements. Like, achievements came into play, and you had dungeon achievements. And I remember working with my friends throughout that entire expansion to try to get all of those. And there was only one I could not get at the time, and it was one of those ones in Zuldrak. And it was the one where you had to interrupt the dude before he changed into the big freaking rhino thing. That one sucked. But there was one that we couldn't get until I put on all my PvP gear and became an off tank. And it was one of like Enquête or something where you had to take some guys away from it and kill the boss before you killed the buddies. I died during it, but I kept the guy off the party long enough that he didn't die. So yay me. That was, I think, one of the first achievements I had ever got. And I was so proud of it because I was a tank that was not a tank.
Nice.
Yeah. It was cool. I like doing silly things like that.
The only thing I could think of was a couple of years ago, a friend of mine was running ICC for Invincible, and she asked me to tag along just for the laughs. And I was like, yeah, sure. So we're running through ICC, and then you got that one really long elevator. Well, I didn't know it was an elevator. Like, I'm running towards it, and I'm just like running and jumping and being, you know, happy.
No.
The elevator drops as I jump, and I just start plummeting after it, and I'm just sitting here like, well, that was fun. And my friend was a priest, and she jumped in after me.
Oh, no.
And, like, literally, like, it's kind of like trying to skydive with somebody where you're trying to catch up with them, I guess. Just hoping gravity in the game works like gravity in the real world.
But it closet.
Literally, the elevator gets to the bottom. I'm maybe what would be the equivalent of a foot away from it, and she manages to drop levitate on me.
Nice. It's a nice save. It really is.
Yes.
That was like the clutchest of clutch saves. There was a lot of pucker factor involved.
It's funny you bring up ICC because I think a couple months ago, I'm still having issues where, or not issues, moments where, because I had played on a laptop and I had played on my Mac Mini and a MacBook for so long that I've never really seen the proper graphics in the game until the last couple of years when I started streaming and I got this big streaming rig and love this computer, is my baby. And I was in ICC like a couple months ago. I don't know how many times I've ran it, and especially since I got the rig, I went running in there, and when I came back down and got ready to go up and deal with old what's his face, I'm looking in there, and after you've killed all the bosses and you're going up to see Arthas, in the middle, there's like all these ghosts coming up and I can see their faces and stuff. I'm like, I have never seen this before. How long has that been there? Apparently it's been in there this whole time, but I've just never been able to see it. Having instances like that in ICC, and I thought that was kind of neat. Like, look, ghosts everywhere.
And I'd say for me, it was in vanilla, but we were going through Stratholme, and our guild, we were in a group. We needed a tank, so we got this tank. And if you're out there, buddy, I love you. And just when I say this joke, know that we mean it in the kindest, because you were a nice tank. You tried your hardest, but this tank was named Smuckers. So he kept dying, kept doing the wrong thing. So at one point on TeamSpeak, the one of our girls like, Smuckers with a name like that, he's got to be good. We just...
Oh, that's awful and amazing.
We meant it in like the kindest way, not in a he's an idiot type of way, but more just like,
bless his heart.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't trying to be bad. We weren't trying to be mean at him, but we just had to like relieve our stress, and it was just, I have kept that to this day.
That's awesome.
Dad jokes in Raid.
Oh,
never stop.
It never goes away.
Absolutely.
I knew this hunter in vanilla, and everybody on our server knew this hunter. His name was Brew, and he was known for his pig that he had. His pet was a pig named Arnold.
Nice.
So it was Brew and Arnold. And he was an awesome RPer and real nice, lovely guy. And my druid hit level 60 the day before Burning Crusade, and like those last couple of levels and stuff, I was trying to learn how to heal back when that's what druids were supposed to be, what they did. And I refused solidly to be a tree in vanilla. I hated it. I hated that animation. I still kind of hate it. Don't ever want to be a tree, but somehow I end up being a freaking tree druid anyways. But anyway, so we went into Sunken Temple, and he was with me. It was me and like a couple other people. We didn't have a tank. We had Arnold. So I was healing a pig throughout Sunken Temple. Somehow I did it, but yeah, our tank was a freaking pig named Arnold, who belonged to the hunter. And that was when Sunken Temple was that really, really long thing where you had like 3 different levels to it, and you had to go change the statues to get the last couple bosses to come. Yeah, it was...
I remember that.
Oh God, I don't remember that.
I healed that pig through that bastard. There were no pork chops that night.
Well, but you know what? If you had wiped, you just got a little bit of dough and a little bit of pineapple. You got a pineapple pizza.
I have a pen.
Pineapple pen. I think.
I hate you so much.
I was so sad I could not find pineapple. A Hawaiian pizza the other night. I got cheese. I considered getting pineapple to throw on it, but it's never good when you make it yourself. You gotta have... It's gotta go all together, you know?
Absolutely.
Oh, and now I'm getting hungry again. Thanks, boys.
Dirty freaking heathens.
Well, I think now that I have made Xortz mad and I made Scruffy hungry, so I think with that, I think that's a show. So thank you both for joining me on FrazlCast. Where can we find you?
Whoa! Nice!
You're welcome. Hi.
This is why Scruff is the best.
I don't know about that shoot. Now I'm snorting. Gosh darn it.
That was amazing.
I did not expect that. What I expected out of Xortz.
That was the
That's what you can expect if you raid with me. I'm going to belch all the time. And that was like a 3 for me, so my bad. It was not
That was a 3?
impression. Yeah.
Damn!
Yeah. Huh. Xortz, you go first. Where can we find you?
You can find me in a few places these days. First and foremost on the Twitter, at Xortz the Goblin, XORTZTHEGOBLIN, all lowercase, all one word. Twitch/Xortz the Goblin, where I stream the WoW Iron Man Challenge and some Star Wars The Old Republic, Fable Anniversary, Stardew Valley, occasionally The Sims, and random other stuff. And on Saturdays, you can find me over in the WoW Challenges Twitch channel, moderating the chat there. I'm also a mod in their Discord. Don't ask me questions. I don't usually answer them. I'm just there in case somebody gets out of line, and then I put a boot to their ass.
My kind of mod.
Scruff?
Yes?
Where can we find you?
You can find me everywhere. I'm pretty easy to find. The Scruffy Druid. You can find me on Twitter at the Scruffy Druid. You can find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/the Scruffy Druid. I'm in tons of Discords, but I also work 40 hours a week, and so I'm never really around, it seems. Right now, my Twitch schedule is a little all over the place. Saturdays, though, I am your girl. Yeah. And if you like podcasts and if you like hearing me rant or just kind of banter around and go on long tangents and talk about geeky things, you can find me on Loot Optional. And you can find Loot Optional on Twitter at Loot Optional. See? Super easy. Look at all that.
Nice.
That's it. That's what I do. So, hooray!
Loot is never optional. Loot is mandatory.
Absolutely.
Well, no. Experience is mandatory. Loot is optional.
No, I'm a loot whore. There better be loot. I get angry when my mobs don't drop loot.
Sweetheart, you're not a loot whore. You're just a whore. I love you.
I think with that,
I missed you at BlizzCon. But I got some good pictures with your friends. Or they got good pictures with me. Yeah, there we go.
That doesn't sound right at all.
No, wait, no, that doesn't. No, that does not sound right at all. Shoot. Oops.
Hey, with that, I'm going to head back to Ironforge.
Kill the show.
I'm back at my home of Ironforge until we one day reclaim Gnomergon. Yay! Thanksgiving in the United States takes place this week, and I'm ready to eat. Prepare for your well-fed buff with Food and Fury Snacksroth Edition.
It's time to gather your sword and board. Let's enter the kitchen with Food and Fury. 3, 2, 1.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Food and Fury Snacksroth Edition, where we deliver you a war-forged snack each week with enough buffs to help you with your battle for Azeroth. Whether you've made roasted boar meat or you've conjured a mage table, we welcome you to Snacksroth. This is Snacksroth, episode 13. I'm Michael Haidt. Today, we have something a little bit different. Michael Levine's still out taking care of his family, but don't you worry, we still have an amazing dish for you all, just in time for that post-Thanksgiving treat. But before we get into that, let's just settle in and turn in this one last world quest because, we gotta, I'm gonna have to port to Orgrimmar. Hold on one second. Settling in for the night of Warcraft. Here we are. Thrall Metzen! What's going on here? Why are there so many orc grunts running around?
Work.
Oh, excuse me, my orc friend.
What you need?
Oh, they must be prepping for the new re-release of Warcraft 3 and WoW Classic. I see. Oh, there really are a lot of them. Let's see what this one's up to.
You need paper, cotton, leather,
no.
silk, linen, candy, wool, iron,
No.
wood, pottery,
Okay.
tin,
Whoa.
steel,
Hold on there,
silk?
green stuff. Take 5. This is the 14th anniversary of Warcraft. I mean, it's Ivory. Oh, don't you worry, my troll friend. Come on, guys. Stop covering those tusks. We're all horde here, baby. Azeroth deserves a ring. Because if you love it, then you should have put a ring on it. Oh, and maybe a card.
Me write card. It take work to make love work.
Whew. On second thought, maybe no card, just the ring. Not just any ring. It's a ring that will make you look forward to those leftovers. This is a one-handed snack that ties together everything you love about Thanksgiving, but in a snack form. So all the single titans, take those leftovers from Pilgrim's Bounty and lend me your ear, because it's time to level up your game and put a ring on it. All right, for this recipe, you're going to need a tube of crescent roll, some leftover mashed potato, some leftover stuffing, some leftover shredded up turkey, some of that good old cranberry sauce from the can, some melted butter, garlic powder, chopped up fresh parsley, and some leftover gravy for all that dipping. All right, so what are we going to do? You're going to preheat your oven to 375 degrees. Then you're going to unroll the crescent rolls. You're going to separate each triangle. You're going to have a little arts and crafts time. You're going to arrange them on a baking sheet in a circular sunburst pattern with the pointy ends out. Then what you're going to do is you're going to make sure they're overlapping as you start to put them out, so they make kind of like a good old-fashioned sun shape. Then you're going to spread the mashed potatoes over the triangle bases, forming a ring. You're going to top each with stuffing, turkey, and cranberry sauce. Then you fold the triangle tips over the filling. Now there's going to be gaps in between where the ingredients kind of peek through. That's okay. You're going to brush the crescent dough with melted butter and sprinkle it with a little bit of garlic powder. Throw that in the oven for 15 to 20 minutes until it's baked and golden. Then, when it comes out, carefully garnish it with some parsley and serve it with your gravy for some good old dipping. Now, if some of you want to go heroic, you swap out the mashed potatoes with some of your leftover sweet potatoes. That gives a little bit of that salty and sweet. But if you want to go mythic, because some of you want to go mythic, you're going to put 2 cloves of crushed garlic in the microwave with 1 tablespoon of olive oil and butter. You put that in for 15 seconds, careful not to let it pop. Then you brush this new mixture all over the outside of the crescent dough instead. When it comes out, you're going to hit it with some parsley and some thick kosher salt. It's going to give it that good old garlic knot flavor on the outside. All right, my friend of the Grummels, I think that's going to do it for our Food Buff for All. We gave you the salty, the satisfying, the Thanksgiving goodness, and crank it to a level 11. And this dish will replace that Thanksgiving sandwich and make leftovers something you will definitely look forward to where you could get back into WoW, WoW's anniversary, and maybe a little Black Friday shopping so you can upgrade that computer and those parts so you're ready to battle for Azeroth. If you get a chance, check out our food and cooking podcast, Food and Fury. This week on Food and Fury, we're doing the real deal Holyfield of eggplant parmesan. No deal with Botswamdi required. You can find this show, social media, this recipe, and many more at our website at foodandfury.com. If you get a chance, give us a shout on iTunes, even if your blood runneth blue. And of course, a big thanks to the one and only gnome with Horde Street cred, Frazley. For the Horde, for the Alliance, and for the food. That's new for me, for Mike. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
If you like it, then you should have put a ring on it. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Well, that's been another packed episode of FrazlCast. I just found out that we are number 157 in Ecuador for video games in Apple Podcasts. That's the first time we've ranked in the top 200 in any country. A quick update on the live shows. They've been working for the most part. My bandwidth has been acting up a bit. Curse you, old gods. Until I can get a better upload and download speed, I will still be going live, but it's not going to be officially back. However, the download will always happen. Just know live shows, like many no-wish inventions, can and probably will break. And one final thing about Twitch. When I became a Twitch affiliate earlier this year, I had made Twitch VODs available to only subscribers. I had not done VODs before I became an affiliate, and then I started doing VODs at the time, and I made it a bonus for those who subscribed. Well, I have decided to reverse that decision, and I am going to give everybody the ability to replay VODs of the live shows and when I stream. When you subscribe, you do help the show, and you get access to the facepalm and train emote on Twitch and Discord. Subscribers are definitely appreciated, but I want everyone to be able to enjoy the content I produce. The fact you tune in is what gives me the motivation to continue. Thank you. This just sounded like a PBS ad. Well, I am Frazley, and you can find the show at FrazlCast.com. Until next week, be awesome. Welcome to the Frazley Report, a short news report by me, the Awesome Gnome, about the World of Warcraft. So recently, a young little purple dragon has been causing rampage at Galliwix's Pleasure Palace. This dragon goes by the name of Pyro, and has been attacking innocent goblins who are only looking to have some fun. Galliwix thankfully is nowhere to be seen, as my sources say Jackster has a crystal of azurite adorning their cane, and Pyro is looking to collect as many crystals as possible. Everyone is urged to stay away from the Pleasure Palace until further notice. There are quite a few other resorts across Azeroth. The one on the Broken Shore is still being built, and Rizak, who is a semi-regular correspondent of the Halfway Report, is building one as well. Now what's interesting about this is Spyro the Dragon just came out on Xbox and PS4, and I tried to load it, except it kept giving me an error that data was missing. There's probably no correlation. Hopefully the developers of that game patch it in soon. It looks like a fun game. I remember a lot from my childhood. Well, guess I'll go back to World Quest and Lego City Undercover for now. Well, that has been the Frazley Report. Until next time, be awesome.
Are you getting ganked at max level?
Are you finding yourself lost in BGs?
Is your age greater than your PvP rating?
Do you find yourself being pounded harder than Sea-Doo at BlizzCon?
If the answer is yes, then don't wait another minute and listen to the self-proclaimed professionals. Download Technically PvP Podcast now.
Our informative and lengthy podcasts are available 24/7 on your app of choice to help with all of your PvP needs.
FrazlCast is a fan podcast that covers Blizzard games. We are not affiliated with Blizzard Entertainment. Views expressed by the host and guests are their own. Some of the art, music, and sound effects come from Blizzard games and are owned by Blizzard Entertainment, Inc. No copyright infringement is intended.
Want more awesomeness every week? Visit weeklyawesome.com. Weekly podcasts to make your week better. Remember to smile and be awesome.
This show is brought to you by Dragon Powered Studio. Find more at dragonpoweredstudio.com.
Thanksgiving in the United States. Not States.